Oh hey, didn't see you there. Welcome back to the Trucks, Trails, and Tales YouTube channel. My name is Seth. First off, I want to thank everybody for their previous support on this rig right here. This has probably been our most popular content on YouTube. I think we had a short that got close to 40,000 views, and I think our video has close to 25 to 3,000 or so. So yeah, we figured keeping up with that momentum and giving the people what they wanted to see, we'd shoot another video on this car before we put it into the garage and start really mechanically restoring it. So I guess the premises of this video is going to be, as you can see, a lot of this paint is sort of, I don't know, faded, got some staining to it, you know, got some corrosion on it, and like many people who I know that enjoy derelict things like watching roadkill and buying old cars, we're gonna try to clean this paint up on the cheap and see if we can get it shining a little bit, you know, make it more presentable, make it so that I have more motivation to work on it so that I can see the end result of it. So join us today as we clean up this paint and you know, maybe try to put some shine into it so that it you know, looks pretty good. Well, so don't mind the dogs barking in the background. They get a little excited when they get put in their kennels. So one trick that I learned long ago from watching copious amounts of YouTube, not copaful, that's not a word, was David Freiburger on old single stage paint jobs would use Comet and Brillo pad sponges to clean up the paint. And as you can see on the paint here, nothing is really worth trying to save or restore or anything like that. It's all pretty clapped out. So what we're going to try to do is just dump a little bit this on here, and I'll show you, kind of demonstrate that real quick. We're going to use this side of the hood as a test patch. I can't speak today, dang it. Use it as a test patch just to see how well it cleans up. So all you do, and mind you, don't do this on your brand new car or your $8 billion Ferrari or whatever it is, because you're going to ruin it and then you're going to blame me. And well, I can't afford anything like that, so don't blame me. So just get it a little wet her down, get her nice and lubricated, and then you just take a little bit of this, kind of get it on there, and just scrub it around. And you can already see that's bringing up some of the oxidation by changing the color to sort of a rust color on there. And then, you know, obviously if you're doing a bigger panel on this and not recording it, you'll do a lot more, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So you know, get her nice and scrubbed up, and then you come in and you just wash it off. And as you can see, this hood's not really, it's pretty corroded, so I wasn't sure how well this was going to clean anything up. It's still pretty, you know, pretty, what's the word, rough, but we'll try to do that on this as best as we can. I don't expect the hood to clean up pretty well, but we'll sort of do it on this one and then compare it with that guy over there and see how it looks, and then report back when we get that done. Well, you know, as is Hollywood, especially when you're wearing Daisy Dukes and everybody expects you to be beautiful, I failed. As you can see, the hood is just a little too corroded for this to be effective. I mean, it's basically, I mean, you can kind of see some primer and some paint underneath it, but it's just been out too long. I mean, mind you, this car is 86 years old, so, you know, we're not going to make this a perfect show car just by, you know, using some Scotch-Brite Brillo pads and some Comet. So, but we did sort of test right here on the cowl where it's a little better. And as you can see, it's got some chalkiness to it because of the Comet, but it definitely did smooth things out compared to the other side. Where it's probably really going to matter is up here on the roof where there's a lot of heavy staining and stuff that's on there. You can see that even comes off partially with my finger. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to try to do, I guess, the driver's side of the car and see how that compares to the passenger side and then go from there. That's probably will be the best test to see how things look afterwards. So yeah, join along with us as we do that.
I wanted to get a quick shot of the roof because we think this is going to be the most drastic change. So hopefully you can see what we're working with up there.
Okay, so as you can see, this hood and everything in front of it is kind of too far gone. This fender got kind of cleaned up okay, but I mean, as you can see from it on the side, it's already so many different colors and shades of, you know, everything that it's not really going to clean up super well, which is fine. But one of the main differences you can see is on the cowl here and on the roof. I mean, just look at the drastic difference of all the gunk and corrosion that the you know, Scotch-Brite pad and the Comet takes off of there. I mean, it's a night and day difference, where this is down to paint and primer. That still looks like it's got a layer of rust and, you know, however many years of dirt on it. So you can really start to see the difference in how it works. Over here, this door cleaned up a little better, not much. I mean, probably wouldn't hurt to hit it a couple more times. I mean, everything's not rough, it's pretty smooth. Maybe it just dulled down some of the sheen that was on it. This door, obviously, it's all primer and paint mixed, but I like the look of that. It looks pretty good, so we can preserve that. Like I said, here's another spot. Really didn't do anything there. I don't know if that's just thin paint or stuff that's stuck in the paint. Who knows? But and then if you come back here to the very back, you can start to see. I'm gonna blame Sam for this one. She didn't really draw a perfect line down the middle, but you can really see where we scrubbed versus didn't on there. You know, it definitely made a world of difference.
Well, my line is terrible.
Yeah. Good thing you aren't a, what do they call it, an illustrator or something, because you'd be out of a job.
Well, I used to cut hair, so that's kind of questionable.
Well, that's why she doesn't anymore. But yeah, so you can see how that really changed things. And even back here on the back, as it starts to come down, you can see back here is very sort of cleaned up. I mean, cleaned up is, you know, subjective, but and then over here you still got some of that staining and whatnot. So what we're gonna do now is I think we'll tackle this side here as well. My lovely assistant Vanna White, if you'd like to get a shot of this for the viewers, just so they can see what it looks like before.
I'm waving in the window.
Yeah, and then what we'll do is we'll clean this whole side up, and then we'll bring you back once we have it all cleaned off and hopefully dried up. I don't know if we'll bring you back before. So when you do this, one thing you have to do is you Comet wash it, and then obviously you can see it gets all kind of chalky and you know, all that Comet sticks on there. So you gotta Comet wash it and then wash it again to make sure everything gets off of it. So I'm not sure if we'll bring you back after we Comet wash the whole thing or once we do the final wash. As you can see, it's evening now, and it's I don't know, probably gonna be dark in a couple hours here, which, you know, who knows, we'll probably be able to get that in tonight to show you what it looks like.
We'll see. And
then tomorrow Sam has a surprise of what she's gonna do, and shine it up and do it on her own and be a big girl, so
woo!
You're in for a treat. Alright, so we just got done Comet washing it. Like I said, we did this side first and then we did the other side. You really can't see a difference right now, obviously, because we didn't have the split down the middle thing like we showed earlier, but yeah, so like I said, you kind of gotta get all the Comet dust off of it, because if you don't, it just looks like, you know, you put baby powder all over it and just kind of let it sit there. So we're gonna try to get all of that dust and stuff off of it while it's still wet. You know, save water, save the fishes, and then we'll come back and hopefully we can get a sneak peek tonight, if not do it all tonight, of how we're gonna shine this thing up. So don't mind the mess in the garage here. The toolbox is the best work surface we have right now based off everything we're doing. So we got the car all washed and everything. It's all ready to go. It's all prepped. So right now we're going to try to find the way to make it shine and, you know, look presentable to, you know, the people out there that, you know, maybe have a more discerning taste, I guess would be the way to say it. So here we have our little ratio, right? You know, it's got graduations and fluid ounces and what other else. So we are going to use this to get our concoction. So I learned this from watching Vice Grip Garage and all those other people, to where they mix stuff they have around and don't spend $100 on stuff, because I don't really want to do that, because this stuff costs like less than 20 bucks. So keys, you need some boiled linseed oil. I believe it has to be boiled, because if it's not, then it'll get all gummy and sticky, and I don't think you want any of that. And then mineral spirits. I got the low odor stuff because I really don't want to, be sniffing that fun, lovely smell. So the key is to mix this 2 parts to 1. So 2 parts boiled linseed oil to 1 part of mineral spirits. So what we'll do with the old mineral spirits, I'm surprised I could get the child-proof cap off of this. We'll mix that to 2 fluid ounces about. Yeah. Oh, a little bit more. We're going to spill this everywhere. That's okay. It's clean in the toolbox. That's about 2 fluid ounces, give or take. And then the boiled linseed oil, which it's kind of interesting that the linseed oil is in plastic and the mineral spirits is in metal containers. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if anybody knows why that's the case. Is it because that can flash? I don't know. And then, so now we're at 2, so we'll go up to 6 on here. And perfect. So you could honestly just do regular boiled linseed oil, but I think if you just do the oil, it makes it shine a lot, where the mineral spirits kind of cuts down, kind of like, I guess, I don't know, I'm not a paint guy, obviously, by all the stuff I own, but I think this cuts down and makes it a little less shiny, which, who knows, we can experiment with it in the future if we want to. But then get your approved stir stick here, Robbie Ceramics, thank you for that stir stick. And then just get in here and just kind of mix it up a little bit and, get everything all, copacetic with each other. Make sure it's all lovely. And make sure your container's clean. This one wasn't. It wasn't at all. It's been sitting up there on a shelf for like 3 years. So, it's not. But yeah, once you get that mixed, then you can apply it to your vehicle. And we'll show you that. Right now it's currently drying. It's getting kind of late. We may be able to do a test patch tonight. If not, maybe we can do the whole thing, but it probably won't be in really good light to show. So we'll probably get Sam to do most of it tomorrow and have her record that and show that to all of y'all. So yeah, we'll catch back with you here in a few minutes.
All right, so we're back. It is the next morning. If you don't already know, my name is Sam. So I'm going to take over the job of doing the linseed oil mixture on the 39 this morning while Seth is at work. We ran out of daylight and she was not completely dry, so we figured it was just best to hold off so that way it turns out. Seth did a very small test section, so we just kind of did that to see what we were working with, and so I have a better idea of what I'm doing. So just a reminder, we've never done this before. We may or may not be doing it right, but we learned from YouTube. So we think it'll make a big difference, but this is definitely kind of our trial run here. So let me bring you in on this little spot and show you what it looks like. So this is what we're working with here. As you can see, this section was done last night. So obviously we have some of the black paint down here and that shined up a little bit better. We're fully aware that the whole hood and front, being the most rusty, is not going to shine up as well. So I don't know if you can really see the difference there, that the bottom section is a little bit nicer, but I think I'm going to finish this fender that was started and then go into the whole side here. And then I will show you how that looks in a moment. Alright, so I just did half of the car off camera. It's not easy to film on this side here. It's just so close to the garage. And I just kind of wanted to get a feel for it so I can show you the other side. So I know I showed the hood and the fender here, but this kind of gives you a better idea. Once again, not a ton of improvement because this is so rough, but you can definitely see that it shined up a little bit. And then here on the roof, hopefully you can see that. Definitely improvement there because what you're seeing as the left, actually the right side of the roof, is definitely a little more rough than that side, but I still think this helped a lot. It definitely soaked it up a ton on these rusty spots here, of course, but where there's more of the black paint, I think it looks really good. Even this fender that has what we think is primer coming through, it looks pretty good. And then of course, kind of tried to do a line again back here to show you that the black looks a lot nicer with the linseed oil. So let me get you set up and we will go for the other side. So I just have like half of the door here. I just kind of wanted to bring you in a little closer so you can kind of see what we're working with here. I know I've just been going through a lot of this, but you pretty much just rub it on and you'll see that it spreads really far. Kind of reach as far as you can until it runs out. And I was able to do the whole half there, so that I'm just gonna kind of flip my rag around a little bit and then just rub it in more, and that kind of wipes off excess. All right, so I think we're done. So I think I'm gonna let the oils kind of dry down a little bit before I do a little walk around of what it looks like. I think it looks great. I'm excited for Seth to see it later. I think he's gonna love it as well. So like always, make sure you like, comment, share, all the above. You know, anything like that definitely goes a long way if you're enjoying these videos. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything with this vehicle in the future and with our other projects and adventures that we have planned here soon. And thanks for watching. We appreciate it.